Hi, I'm Josh Goss, and today I'll be showing you how to make dead trees and dead bushes for your tabletop games. Let's get to it! Okay, to make this, we're going to need a hot glue gun, a pair of crafting scissors or kitchen scissors, some thick paper stationery thing to write letters on, some shish kebab sticks, a paintbrush, some brown paint, some washers or miniature bases. I use these little metal bases I get from work. They're used by electricians for when they take them out of the electrical conduit when they're putting in wires. You're also probably going to want a paint tray or a plastic lid for when you paint. Let's get started. First, you're going to want to grab a miniature. This is a human cultist person, so he's about the height we can use to compare. You're going to make a cut like that. Next, you're going to take your paper, you're going to cut a little piece like this, and you're going to start folding it. You're going to fold it in half, fold it in quarters. This helps the next part, the more you fold it. So once you've done that, then you start twisting it. And you're going to need a lot of these. So once you do that, you got to make some more. So I'll get to that and I'll show you the results. Okay, I've got, as you can see, this big pile of twisted pieces of paper. Now move on to the next step. This is going to involve your hot glue gun, so make sure you got some glue sticks ready. You're going to take your base, you're going to use your hot glue gun, and you're just going to do a big thin glue. You can hold it in place there, and you're just going to stick that shish kebab up firmly. This is the base. Everything comes off this. Next, you're going to take your paper. You're going to position it, get it ready, and you're going to run some glue all the way going down. And then you're just going to stick that on there like this. Try to keep it from springing out at the bottom. You're going to might need to hold it in place. And voila! There you go. Snip off this extra bit. Maybe I'll use this for later, but I don't want it going too far off. And you just do the same thing, repeating around. And it's okay if they stick up more, because we'll use this like sticks out like that. Just bend it out. That's like a broken off branch or limb on the dead tree. This part is meticulous. You just got to keep going. Trust me, I made about 30 of these. The hardest part is actually twisting the paper. It's not hard, but it just takes forever. Next week, I'll be showing you how to make the Gulthias tree, which is what I made all these for. It's an encounter. I was doing a re-edited version of the Lost Mines of Phandelver I did. It's for more of a higher level party, and I wanted to make it more difficult. And if you read the monster manual, it says blights are created by a Gulthias tree, but in the town of Thunder Tree there is no Gulthias tree. So I thought, you know what, there should be a Gulthias tree. So I added that. You can look up stats for that. I'll show my own, like how I run the monster next week, and I'll show how to make it. For now, this is just all the dead trees, because a Gulthias tree just starts killing all the trees around it and making blights out of them. So you need some dead tree miniatures to represent that. And as you can see, anywhere you see the shish kebab skewer, you just put the hot glue. You take the paper, you put that in place, and you just cover it up like the government. Bad joke. I'll let myself out. And this little piece I cut off, I'll just stick it here. Like I said, we could probably use it. That's like a little lower branch that maybe a player could say, I grab a lower branch and lift myself up to get a better range with my bow or something. That's why I use miniatures, just so that the characters can interact with the environment better. I mean, it's easy to say there's trees around you, and then I climb up a tree, but when you can actually see a tree, it just helps visualize the combat a lot better. So that's why I like miniatures. And there you go. That is a dead tree. Alright, I put the dead tree off to the side. Now I'm going to show a bush. This is what my bush I already made looks like. I don't know how well you can see that. But it's about the same height as a person. I'll put a halfling miniature I have here. This is a halfling rogue, so pretty much gives him good cover so he can sneak around on the battlefield, which is nice. And let me see, we're going to make it a little shorter bush this time, so it's about the same size as a halfling, I'd say. Just cut that. I'll take my smaller base this time, put that miniature to the side, and we just repeat the same process. I do that, stick that there. I have little smaller ones right now. I mean, just cutting those big ones in half pretty much does it. And like that. And just keep going around. With the dead bush, originally this dead bush was supposed to be a twig blight, but as you can see in the monster manual, twig blight is supposed to be a small monster, and I have big clumsy fingers that can't make that, so it's just a dead bush now. But you can reuse stuff you make. Even if it doesn't fit exactly what I needed, I can still use it. I can use it for a dead bush now, and it looks pretty good for a dead bush. I tried basing it off another video, and they had better dexterity with their fingers, so yeah, they could do it. Which is, it's alright, you can't be good at everything. You can't have a natural 18 score for everything, so sometimes you just gotta play to your strengths. Anyway, as you can see, that is looking more like a stump right now, so I'm gonna fold these out. Gotta make it more bush-like. A bush is not like a tree, which grows straight up. A bush grows very short to the ground, and it also has a lot more branches close to the ground, so it provides better cover for short people, like halflings. So I'm just gonna cut those. Gonna add that there. Gonna add that there. Just work my way around the tree, adding little pieces to help cover things up. Some of the shish kebab is still showing at the top, so I'm just gonna keep cutting this, and I'm gonna add more at the top. And twist that a little bit more. As you can see, it's not exactly a clean looking thing, but this is a dead bush, so it's not exactly the most appealing thing in the world. But I'm happy with that. I mean, I'm gonna add a few more branches to the side, but it's looking pretty good. And I'm gonna call that good. Don't get focused on it. Remember, you gotta do a lot of these to actually make your table look good. So now let's get to painting them.
Our heroes have been traveling through the haunted forest for many days. Their water skins have run dry, and they come across a pool of water. The half-elf paladin rushes forward, ready, but suddenly, out of the murky depths of the water, rises an Otigu. Roll initiative. Well, folks, this has been my video on how to make dead trees. As you see, they add a nice spooky effect to your game. There's dead bushes as well. You can use them to provide cover for characters to climb up on, or for enemies to climb up on, or in the game blights. They turn into blights, turn tree blights, flying blights. So yeah, the Gothias tree itself uses an effect where it disguises itself as an ordinary tree, and then when you get close and it attacks you, it reveals itself. So next week I'll be showing how to make that, the Gothias tree, and I'll share my stats on how I use it and like what it can do. And it's a pretty effective boss monster, so I think you'll like it.